Good morning, P4. We're looking at Tuesday's literacy homework at this stage, sentences and phrases. Basically a sentence is a group of words that make sense on its own. It's written down there at the top of the page. So sentences are when you put words together, they actually make sense. A phrase, on the other hand, is a group of words together that don't actually make sense, usually because they're missing something. Could be a verb, could be a noun. It's just not actually making any sense when you say it out loud. So we've got an example here on the page. The girls ran along the beach. Okay, this is a sentence. Certainly is a sentence. It's got a verb, a doing word. In this case, it's got a noun as well, two nouns, the girls and the beach. And when you say that out loud, it makes sense. The girls ran along the beach. On the other side of that picture, we've got another collection of words, along the beach. Okay, so this is a phrase. It's not a sentence because we're lacking a few things. We're lacking a capital letter at the beginning of the sentence. We're lacking a full stop. We're lacking a verb, definitely. I don't know what is going along the beach. It could be a gorilla, it could be a hippopotamus, it could be a truck driving along the beach. I just don't know. Why? Because it's not a sentence. It doesn't have enough information. As I said, another bit of a trick to recognizing if it's a sentence or not is that capital letter at the beginning and the full stop at the end. You'll definitely be able to recognize it as a sentence if it's got those things there as well. So, as you can see, question one, there's a whole bunch of different groups of words, and you've got to decide which ones are sentences and which ones are phrases and put them in separate columns so we can tell them apart. Remember, a good way of testing out whether it's a sentence or a phrase is simply reading the line out loud. If it makes sense, then you can go, this probably is a sentence. If you read it out loud and it doesn't make any sense, you're thinking, I think it's probably a phrase. So that's question one. I'll also ask you question two to underline the verb in each sentence, so the doing word in each sentence. Doing words obviously are words that describe something that's actually being done. Could be writing, could be running, could be swimming, could be jumping, could be breathing. So that's what a verb is, but we've looked at verbs a couple of weeks ago now. Then you turn the page. There's a bunch of sentences there that you need to finish using the examples in the box above. The examples being in its cage because of the fog, through the town, and the three more there as well. So you just insert them in the correct sentence so that the sentence, remember, makes sense. Otherwise it can be very confusing. And at the bottom of the page there is another bunch of sentences that need correct punctuation inserted. So you should be becoming experts in sentences by now. So you should all be aware that capital letters go at the front of a sentence, full stops go at the end, and nouns needs capital letters sometimes as well. But have a look at those sentences and see what parts are missing and what needs to be inserted in. Please remember this particular homework when it comes to future writing assignments. I shouldn't be asking P4s to be putting capital letters at the beginning of the sentences. This is something that should become automatic by now. So hopefully this exercise will help drum that in. Okay, any questions as usual, please ask Ms. Wu or Mr. Hammonds on Seesaw, and we'll do our best to help you out.